Welcome to the Women Entrepreneur Spotlight. Today I have with me Desi Steele, owner of Desmorize Detailing in Dover, Delaware. Desi, welcome. How are you?
Good.
Good. I like to ask two questions to get us warmed up. And if you could have any superpower, which one would you have?
Mm, Probably like time. Yeah, like to go back in time, like just to revisit a moment, not change anything, but just to like revisit a moment and just be able to like experience that
Huh,
again.
I like
Yeah.
that. Now, you're the first one to have time as a superpower. I like that a lot. All right. So, what's your favorite app on your phone and why?
Photos. Yeah.
Yeah, we all have our photos. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. And once upon a time, photos didn't get uploaded to the cloud or anywhere else. And I have lost a lot of pictures on some of my phones. So it's so great that we're able to upload those pictures.
Yeah, it's just they mean a lot until like you lose somebody and then it means even more.
Absolutely. That's right. It's our life's journal in pictures.
Yeah, so I lost several people within the past moments and memories, and I always try to like enjoy the moment because we all don't know when our last is.
Absolutely. That is for sure. And being able to look back at the pictures is looking back in time.
Mhm.
Right. So tell us, how did you get started in the car detailing industry?
Well, it all started that I needed a job, and I did have a small job, nothing too serious. It was just like a little convenience store job, and I wasn't getting the money that I needed. And I was like, I could do better. I ended up looking around. I had people help me. They help people find jobs
Oh, okay.
or to start a business or go to school. They asked me what I want to do, what I was interested in. I said, I want to get in the car business. So it was either being a mechanic or detailing. And then another one was art
Oh, wow.
because I do drawing and stuff, but I was trying to get into the art field business wise, but you got to be in the city to do that. That's where you're going to make it. But if you don't want to move and you're trying to do it in an area like this, it's like two times harder.
It's a lot more work.
That it is. My style is not crazy, but like I like pop culture and stuff.
Oh, cool.
So not a lot of people like that. They
But
like
there's a niche, though.
you got to find your
Your
specific
people.
people. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
just wasn't finding it. So that's when I went into the car business. We're looking around and I applied for a dealership and I was there for 3 years. And I got to the point where I was starting to get bored. Got to that point again. I could do better.
That's
So,
a great mantra, though. Got it.
yeah,
I can do better. I like it. So then from there, you went into the detailing?
like when I decided to go on my own,
Mm-hmm.
I kept pushing on with the detailing.
And so, what was the turning point for you that you decided that you wanted to start your own business?
I knew I could make more money. The dealership I was at, I saw that the big boss could do whatever he want when he wanted, and I was like, I want that. I want to do what I want when I want. I don't want to have to ask anybody, can I take the day off? I was like, I'm taking a risk because if I don't do it, I'm never going to know.
So you pick the detailing industry, which is usually looked at as a male-dominated industry. So when you were starting out doing the detailing, did you run into opposition? Did you run into people telling you because you were a woman you wouldn't be able to get very far with it, with the detailing?
Not really, actually. When I actually started working wherever I worked at, there was like half and half. It was like girls and guys.
Okay.
So I didn't feel like I had to prove anything. I I don't know how to be fake. I'm just like myself. I'm like, you either like me or you don't.
And that is the best way to be authentic to yourself.
Yeah.
you know.
So
So when you were first putting your business together, did you have a mentor? Did you have people that, helped you create your business plan if you had one, put the business together?
the manager that I worked with, he had a lot of experience. He kind of had his own business, plus was still working, and he taught me some things, what to look for. Every day I learn, I still learn. After I left there, he ended up starting another business, and now he's got his own detailing business.
Oh, cool.
I don't really he's got it going, so I don't like try to bother him that much. So before I even went to working my job for 3 years, my boyfriend, he does auto body and paint. So he by watching him before I even decided to go in the car industry, I would watch him, do body work and stuff like that. So once I got on my own, then he kind of like became my mentor.
That's
So
great. That's great. And just going back to your manager, that was even for your manager to step up and help you. Not everybody's willing to share their knowledge of whatever business they're in case there might be competition. And it's so nice to hear that your manager, wanted to help you and did help you and gave you some foundation to build your own business, and then having your boyfriend as well, as your mentor. Because I feel, and I say this too, or other women have said it also, having a mentor, having somebody that you can reach out to and say, hey, this isn't working. Have you tried this? Let me know what works for you, is very important.
or like, am I doing this right? That's what I really want to know, because I'm not gonna do something like, I'm the type of person where like I'll keep asking you and be like, is this right? Am I doing this right? Can you show me a way for me to understand better? And then when I get to that point where I don't bug you anymore, I'm good.
But that's how to do it. I mean, when you have what you have going for yourself, asking the questions and
I'm
making
not
sure.
afraid to ask questions.
Yeah, and some people are. Some people are afraid to ask the question because sometimes people don't want to show you that they're vulnerable, or that they don't know something. So it's about asking questions and finding that information, and you continue to do that. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So are you a detail person outside of work as well?
Oh my God. Yes. Like, it's like my everyday life, like the way I think, and plus being an artist, I'm such a perfectionist. It drives me nuts. Like, if you show me a picture of, I do portraits too. So,
Oh,
like,
wow.
my one of my old pictures, I of the pop culture, my favorite one's the 60s. I love the 1960s. I don't know why,
Good
but
years.
I do. And I did a collage of like Twiggy, Jimi Hendrix,
Oh, wow.
the boxer, some hippies in a van, JFK, Martin
Do-
Luther King, all in one picture.
Wow.
And I looked up a picture I liked and I painted it and made sure it looked just like that person. And then I kind of incorporate it all together like in a puzzle. And if I see one thing that is not right, I will make sure it looks just like it. So like there's that. Yeah, the way I think. I don't really care how I look. I like what I like.
But there's that detail part of you no matter what.
Yeah, and I like things a certain way, things in its place. I don't like things where they just randomly sit around. Like it has to be put back.
And you are meticulous with your before and after pictures that I have seen on Facebook are incredible.
Thank
And
you.
you are detailed, absolutely 100%. I mean, my gosh, there isn't a piece of lint left by the time you're done.
Like if I look at a photograph, I can see like every different shape, shades, different shades of color. Sometimes it's annoying. Like I just see the depth of things and I'm like,
Right, because then that's a difference too. People either see the surface or they see what is behind everything. And for you you have that creative mind, you have that detail mind,
mhm.
nothing's black or white. It's just everything that's all the detail behind, all the hues, all the depth.
textures, like everything.
Which is why when you detail a car from top to bottom, inside and out, they look like they've just come off the showroom. Yeah, absolutely. Have you
Thank
had
you.
a detailing job though that has made you absolutely crazy that you wish you didn't take it on?
I like a challenge. Like, I noticed I've been on my own for a year and a half, been detailing for, I guess, 4 years now, 4.5 altogether. There's times where I'm like in the middle of something and I'm tired, I work late. Like, I don't take a break. There's times I don't even eat because I know if I take a break, I'm losing a half hour
Mm,
or something. And I usually tell people, you could drop it off the night before or in the morning and have it done by the end of the day because that's what they expect.
right.
So when I'm in like situation and I'm like, I'm tired, like, why is this happening? Just like something little. And I'm like, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to figure it out. It happens. I've actually had a car one time where it took me 2 days.
Wow.
It was so bad. I don't know. They just like let it go. And I'm not judging. Like, that's my job. I'm here to clean your car.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, and some people, basically, they're in their car traveling,
or they
Monday
don't
through
even have the time.
or the time, Monday through Friday, or they don't have the time and it accumulates and it happens and then they have you.
Yeah. And I try to be like straight, honest, and forward with them. Like, I want them to get an idea and understand it's a process. It's just not like vacuum.
Right.
It's like layers. Sometimes I have to vacuum 2 or 3 more times because I'm blowing in between the crevices and underneath, and then more stuff comes out.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, like sometimes if I know I'm running a little behind because I know my routine and I know how I work, I'll tell them you're probably gonna have to pick it up the next morning, or I'll ask questions. Do you have cloth seats, leather seats? Like, I want to know what
Oh,
they're
yeah.
looking for, and if they have cloth, I let them know ahead of time. It might have to stay overnight because depending on how bad the seats are and how long it takes me, depending on how long it dries, and not even that, like the colder weather, the
Mm.
temperature, the moisture, like that takes even longer because the heat's not making it dry faster. So there's a lot more to it. So like I just want people to be aware and to know this is really time consuming.
Sure.
So
And I'm sure your customers appreciate that you even tell them that beforehand.
yeah, some of them want the same day, especially if they got cloth seats. And
Yeah.
they'll be like, oh, okay, thanks. I'm gonna keep looking around. I'm like, hey.
Okay. You don't have to tell me what you found, but did you find anything in the cars cleaning it out that's been crazy?
Done so many, I don't even know.
It's like lifting up the couch cushion and finding money.
I found some money. I did find, I think it was $3 under a seat one time, the kind where it, like lifts up
Oh,
this way.
yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
Anything I find, I put it like in the middle console, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, I've been trying to find that. You actually found that?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Was there a time that you kind of stopped for a moment and thought, what am I doing? Is this what I want to do? Did I make the right decision?
I have thought of that. I think about how far I've come, and I'm been a year and a half. I'm not gonna quit now. Like, I want to see where this goes. I still want to go into my art. I always think, timing is everything. Sometimes I try to like rush into things of things that I wanted to get done, of like so many ideas I've had that I want to do for my business, and it's just like not that right time.
Right.
It'll come. So, for example, I don't want to give up my drawing, but I know I still need to make money. So, I mean, I like what I do. So, I thought of with my artwork to like make like maybe little scratch and snippings of
Oh,
my
there you go.
artwork to like incorporate with my business.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
make like little decals.
Incorporate both. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you have your detailing business to fall back on as do your artwork and build that side of the business up.
Yeah, I haven't got to the decal part yet. I really want to, but I just not just yet. As
You'll
much
get
as I
there.
want, yeah, I'll get there.
Yeah, I mean, you have a plan in your head. You have things that you want to accomplish, like you said, when the time is right.
Mhm.
So, how do people get in contact with you before we go any further? How do they make an appointment? Where do they find you? Social media, etc.
Well, you can either like I'll drive around and go to like other car businesses, mechanic places,
Hmm.
window glass places. Like I'll drive around, drop off my card. You can also find me on Facebook, and I like Facebook more than Instagram because you can like do so much more.
Okay.
People can make an appointment on my page.
And
They can also
what's the page that they find you at?
Desmorize Detailing.
Okay.
And then they can also message me if they want to through my page. Also call me, email me, also message on Instagram. I want to say that's it. Most of the time I'll get like phone calls, a little bit of emails, or like they'll make a book an appointment on Facebook.
Okay.
Mostly appointments and phone calls.
Great. Perfect.
I'm hoping to get a website soon. That's my plan for this coming year.
If you need a recommendation, I'll give you somebody after we're done talking.
Okay, that would be great because I'm trying to find something that's not too expensive.
Okay. So, what advice would you give another woman entrepreneur thinking of going into the detailing business?
Don't rush it. Never rush into something. Be careful on how much you spend. Spend a little at a time. Kind of plan it out.
That's important right there. Just to really plan it out. Don't overspend in the beginning because it's very easy to do that with any, startup business.
Yes, and advertise, advertise, advertise. It's got to be constant.
Besides going to the different businesses around town, are you part of other groups, communities on Facebook?
You mean like?
Well, I guess, for me, there's like the Delaware events I'm a part of, and I'll advertise in there.
Oh, yeah. I was doing like the Dover yard sales, Smyrna yard sales, and they just kept declining. So I was like, okay, it's not working anymore. I went to the Smyrna Clayton residential. Like now I'm like through all the residentials.
Oh, that's good.
Delaware events is one of them. There's this one page, but for some reason I can't figure out how to post on there anymore.
Okay.
Is not Delaware. Female it might be
Creatives?
Delaware female creatives.
Okay. All right.
Um
Yeah, I mean, because it's good to have your name out there with other groups as well, because then, they'll share in like your business as well.
yeah.
Is there a particular part of detailing a car that you like more than others? I know you do the headlights. What do you call it? You refurbish the headlights, you make them look brand new is what you do, the headlight covers.
Yeah, the headlight restoration.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, those are fun. I like those. I like doing that.
Yeah, I mean, my gosh, like I said, people, you have to go find Desi's Facebook page and look at her before and after pictures, including the headlight restorations, because it's amazing that the difference between that cloudiness to that clear lens over it again.
Oh, I know. It's crazy how much dirt can like accumulate over time.
Right? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So is there anything else you'd like to share that I haven't asked you about, we haven't talked about? Have we touched on everything? Do you have any projects coming up?
I am working on a car that I bought that I didn't really need to buy, but um, but with the type of car it is and the condition, it's just that type of car is really hard to find. And I haven't posted it yet because I haven't finished taking the after pictures yet, so I'm still in the process.
Oh,
My
wow.
boyfriend is working on the engine. We might have to rebuild it, but now he's in like the brakes and the tires and stuff like that. I've been trying to look for a Volkswagen Bug for like a little over a year now, which ironically, I have a Volkswagen Bug right now, but it's a project car.
Okay.
So I'm never going to be able to get it working. It's just too much. So
Oh.
I'm trying to sell it and it's not working.
Oh, you'll find a person.
Yeah. While I'm looking on and off for like months, I ran across this car in New Jersey. It's a Volkswagen Fastback. It's a
Wow.
MK3. There's three different types. There's the notchback, squareback, and then the fastback. So few people I've seen are like, well, what car is that? And I'm like, well, you're not a Volkswagen head, so you're not gonna know.
Even if I tell you, you're not gonna know.
Either you are or you're not. Or
Oh my
some people are
God.
like, oh, I've seen that. And I used to have one, or I've seen a few. But I find it interesting, like when you go to car shows, you never really see a Volkswagen, and I never
You're
understood
right.
that.
I've been to quite a few car shows here in Delaware. I'm originally from Connecticut. And you're right. I don't think I might have seen one bug.
Just one, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never a van. I've maybe seen one.
There is an old Volkswagen van over by the Camden Walmart. I don't know what that road is. That has to be, I know they're probably the original owners. And it's like, I'd love to have that.
Is that like the square body kind?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
those were probably the 80s. Like,
80. Elder, yeah, 80s. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think it's
yeah.
square. Had I known that the bugs were going to be a car that somebody would want at this stage, I would have kept the two that I had.
Oh, you had two?
Yeah.
Nice.
I had a stick, an automatic stick, and then I had the what was the other one that was just a three on the floor without the clutch. Have
An
you?
automatic?
Yeah, it's kind of an automatic, but there's three gears that you could switch through. You didn't need a clutch, but it had the different power on it.
Oh,
I'll send you a link. It's kind of cool. It was cool. It was my mom's car originally,
oh, okay.
yellow. Yeah, and then the other one was originally my dad's car that he taught me how to stop and drive on a hill. I said, because it's like, you don't want to do this, Dad. Because yeah, we'll do this. I said, okay. So yeah, but little do way back when you think something's not going to be, as impressive then that turns out to be now. So that's pretty cool. So I can't wait to see your after pictures of your project car. That'll be
Thank
so
you.
cool.
Thank you.
Desi, thank you so much for being here, for talking with us. I look forward to watching all your projects come through as I follow you on Facebook.
Thank you so much. It was a great experience talking to you.
Oh, good. I'm glad. All right. Well, thank you. You have a great night and don't go anywhere.